Everybody, and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Mary Razemba, your host and your coach with strategies for safe and legal migration. Today we're talking about learning German online, and you guys know this very well. I am an advocate for migration, especially when it comes to Germany, because Germany is like leading the race when it comes to European countries opening their borders to immigrants. So I brought you guys my tutor, Deutsch-Connect. I've told you guys, you study German with me, you study with Deutsch-Connect because they have the quality German education and they are certified tutors. So I have them in-house today, and we're going to talk about the German Academy, Deutsch-Connect Academy, where you can learn German, but also we're going to talk about the structure of the courses. I'd love to welcome you, Malvin Mambo, to my YouTube channel. Hi, Malvin.
Thank you, Mary. Thank you. Hello, everyone.
Great. So I want to start maybe with, tell us a little bit about Deutsch-Connect.
Well, Deutsch-Connect is an Afrocentric company based here in Germany. And as Deutsch-Connect started, it was focused on B2B matchmaking, talent acquisition, and sending machinery to Africa, trying to develop Africa. So then we then discovered a gap in the market, that in as much as we want to export European technology, European knowledge to Africa, there is need for the Africans to also learn German. Mm-hmm. Yes, then we decided to launch this Deutsch-Connect Academy, which basically is an e-learning platform that becomes a one-stop shop for everyone, where you can learn the language. If you want to get an apprenticeship, you can search for an apprenticeship there, and we have German companies coming in on board to also search for African talent on our platform. That's why we then created this Deutsch-Connect Academy. It's like we took the responsibility and the mandate to develop Africans to a point where they can come and learn in Germany and take what they've learned, the knowledge, and take it back to Africa. Because our objective remains to develop Africa. But you know, there are ways to go about it. So learning a language is the ways.
Great. So tell me about the language section of Deutsch-Connect Academy. Up to what levels do you teach?
Right now, we're offering up to B1 level, but we have the capacity to offer higher levels. But right now, the that we have only requires B1 level, and the companies here in Germany, they need someone with B1 level. But if we get the clientele that requires people to get up to C level, we have the capacity to do that.
Right. Can you repeat that, because that's something I always insist. So if you guys have followed me, you guys know that I always insist, if you're migrating to Germany, even if you're migrating to Holland, you need at least a B1 level. What does B1 level mean?
Well, B1 level means that you are able to communicate in the language. You haven't attained native like fluency, but you have command and control of the language at a business level and at an academic level.
Right. So, and B1 is B1 is the basic for you to be allowed to study in German.
Yes, B1 is the basic that allows you to study, to get a work visa, or even to get a student visa. You need at least B1 if you're studying your programs in German language. But if you're coming to study your programs in English language, then you need A1.
Right. And this is something that I like to think big picture. And I know I live in Belgium, and I know that all European EU countries have this prerequisite that you also have to have this B1 level when you ask for nationality. So it's a basic, it's a fundamental.
Yes, it is. It is.
All right.
Every need for language.
Right. So tell me about how do you get to B1? Because a lot of people have talked about A1 and A2 and B1 and B2. So let's talk about how do you get to B1? What's the first level?
Well, it's a process because I think I really need to explain that because most people who come and ask, we tell them that you need B1 level, then we explain to them that for you to get to B1 level, you need to get A1 first, then A2, then B1.
Mm-hmm.
They will ask you like, what if I just want to do B1? Of which these courses build on each other. You can't just say I'm studying German and I'm just doing B1. It means that I, as the tutor, have to teach you from A1, A2, and B1 all at once, and that's difficult. So to get to B1 level, you have to do A1 first, which is a 3-month course. You complete it, do another 3 months doing A2. After successfully completing A2, then we go to B1. And B1 is a bit longer and it's a bit difficult because B1 encompasses all the grammatical structure of the language. That's where you learn the systems of the language, how the language really functions and everything. A1 is just basic introduction, basic greeting, basic conversation, asking for directions, asking for food, ordering
It's kind
food in
of
a
tourist,
restaurant.
kind of like what's in the tourist handbooks, A1, right?
Yeah, exactly. How to just say hi, bye, how to ask for directions if you're lost, how to tell someone that I understand a bit of German, how to tell them where you come from. Then A2 is a bit more advanced than A1, but it's still under the same level. A2 you get to know to understand a bit more complex sentences, and you get to also learn how to give directions instead of just asking for directions. Now you're able to give directions. Then when we get to B1, that's where everything is done. The whole grammar, the structures of the sentences, and how to form complex sentences and how to understand most of the sentences. So B1 is challenging even for the tutors because it's if you don't make it with the students, then they'll spend their whole life thinking German is difficult.
Right. So if I understand you correctly, I'm just going to summarize what you're saying. So you're saying B1 is a prerequisite, and B1 is where you start to actually really communicate clearly with people in German language. But
Exactly.
B1 is built up from A1, and A2, and B1. So it's 3 levels. So it's kind of like you can't a building. You can't have the 3rd floor without going through the first 2 floors.
Yes.
Right. I hope that
Exactly.
is really clear. And if I understand correctly, so A1 is 3 months. B1, A2 is another 3 months, which brings us to 6 months. And then B1 is another 3 months, which brings us to 9 months.
No, B1 can be longer.
Right.
Usually, according to the European framework, A1 is 90 to 120 hours.
Right.
A2 90 to 120 hours. Then B1 is between 180 to 280 hours. So B1 and B2, these are practically 6 months, 6-month courses. But then it depends on how fast the people learn. So, like at Deutsch-Connect, we designed a program for A1 and A2 where we can teach A1 and A2 in 4 months.
Right.
It means that we've cut down 2 months on the standard duration, but that means that we have classes every single day.
Right.
and
That's
and
something
the
I was
student.
going to ask you. So it's if it I understand definitely that it builds up in terms of hours, but it's also, I think, important, if I'm understanding you right, the intensity with which you do the language.
Yes, it is. Like you're in Belgium, you know that the intensive courses and the extensive courses.
Right,
Extensive courses can go a year doing A1, but the
right,
intensive course, you can even do 6 weeks doing A1,
right,
where you go to the morning at 8, you finish at 4, and in 4 weeks you're done with A1, or
right.
in 3 weeks. Yeah, we are trying to develop that as well for the Deutsch-Connect Academy, because we have different tutors who are
Hmm.
qualified. Yes, some who I know personally and some who I've spoken to, because Deutsch-Connect is a network.
Right. Right.
Yes.
And it's really true what you say, because I always say I don't speak German, but I speak Dutch. And I went through intensive um, Dutch lessons from like the same system that German, because this is a European language system, A1 to A2 to B1. And it took me about 7 months to do this, but it was intensive. It was a commitment, which means it was every day until 4 o'clock for 6 months, for 7 months that I was doing these courses. So it is possible, but it's necessary to commit. Let's talk a little bit about that commitment. How easy is it to learn German?
Well, German is very easy. Well,
Says the guy who's sitting in Germany.
from my personal experience, I started learning German in 2007,
Mm-hmm,
and from 2010 I had my B1. Then from there I never stopped. I never looked back.
mm-hmm,
So, and judging from the people that I've taught since 2011, most of them have found it easy.
mm-hmm.
There are people who find it difficult, but usually the difficulty is not in the language, but in the way the language is being taught.
Right.
Because you have to that people have different methods of learning. There are other people who have learning disabilities, and you have to understand those people that, okay, they need a different system other than the system that I've been using with these other students. So for each and every student, you have to come up with a system, and this takes time.
And how do you ensure then? Because, for example, I'm just thinking about the fact that it's 1,000 euros for you to get from A1 to B1, from zero to B1. Okay, for you to go from zero to A1 to A2 to B1, it costs about 1,000 US dollars. If you study with Mary, you get a 10% discount, by the way. So but how do you then ensure that at least you accommodate those people who are a little bit challenged or slow learners, or they're having trouble understanding the language? How do you make sure that they make it? How do you carry them through until B1?
Usually, personally, I have classes on weekends for people who have difficulties. I
Right.
actually say that if you have a challenge, then the inbox, then we schedule a weekend, then I go through the things that you're facing difficulties with.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, for Deutsch-Connect, it's not about making money, but it's about having a successful story.
Right. I
Yes,
think that
our
is
focus.
really important. I need you to say that again, because I feel like that is really important. 1,000 euros is $1,000 is a lot of money, and I know people are asking, "Can I make this investment? I was never really good at school. I didn't pass my Ndebele. I didn't pass my Shona. Can I make this investment?"
Well, they can, because our priority is not the money, but
Hmm.
we believe in investing in people, because people are the future.
Hmm.
People use trust in gold, people used to trust in money. Now cryptocurrency has turned everything around. So one investment that you can never go wrong with is investing in people. That's why we take our time to make sure that everyone understands and everyone gets it.
Right. That's amazing. So if I can just summarize you here, um, the lessons are at the same pace, but you make extra time for those who need extra attention so that no
Yes.
man is left behind. So what it means is if it takes you a little bit longer, you will work hard to make sure that this person gets to the level that they want to get to.
Yes.
That's amazing.
At extra cost.
That's amazing. That's great. That's great. So it's can you tell me about the way the lessons are conducted? Are they in-person lessons, or how do you give these lessons? Do you have to be in Harare to get these lessons? Are they location bound? Which areas do you service?
Well, like I said before, we are a network. We are
Hmm.
growing, and we have tutors in many locations. In Bulawayo, we have tutors. In Harare, we have tutors. In Kenya, we have tutors. In Nairobi, and here in Germany, we have tutors. But Deutsch-Connect Academy is an e-learning platform, meaning that most lessons are conducted online. But we
Right.
understand that clients who still believe in the face teaching. Therefore, we
Hmm.
refer them to our tutors who are in Harare or in Bulawayo or in South Africa, depending on where they are. Because right now, most of the clients that we've been getting are from Harare or Bulawayo.
Right.
So
So
yeah, those who
so
still prefer teachers, we refer them to the teachers there.
right. So basically, I can decide to have lessons with Deutsch-Connect from uh, United Arab Emirates,
Yes,
and I can actually go through my course and pass it. You will make extra time for me. I will follow my course. You will make extra time for me, and you'll make sure I hit my targets.
exactly. And
That's awesome.
now with and now with the Dutch Connect Academy, we have resources that are there on the academy that you can access. Unlimited resources to language learning. Some of the
Right.
videos that we have had with other students from beginners level, they are accessible there on the Dutch Connect Academy platform.
Right. Tell me a little about these resources. That's great. Tell me a little about the resources.
Okay, we have language learning material
Hmm.
that we have created ourselves, and some that we have purchased, and some we got through the partnerships we've made as Dutch Connect Academy. So
Hmm.
we have unlimited resources that can help the students attain native like fluency in language from videos, audios, and even lessons.
Right. So it means that there is so much material. So it's not that I will only be getting the material in the classroom. I can also work for myself when I have my spare time to boost my skills so that I don't fall behind.
Exactly, like after we have a lesson, that lesson is recorded as we have it with the whole class. And there's some people say, I did not, can I have access to the lesson that we had?
Right.
Or when you taught this topic, I wasn't available. Can I have access to the lesson? Then we grant them access to the lesson. But we also tell that our students that we don't give you these lessons for you not to attend, because
Hmm.
attending is still the most important part of learning.
Hmm. Hmm.
It's
So
easy
if
to
I
correct.
understand correctly, you can play back the lessons. So let's say I was watching my lesson and I attended my lesson, or maybe I got there a little bit late and I missed a little bit of a part. I can ask and I can play back the whole lesson and learn.
Yes, yes,
Wow.
exactly.
That's amazing because I have a lot of questions from people who go to work, for example. I understand that some people, they need to work, and sometimes they work shifts and the hours are not compatible with the strict schedule, of the lessons. But I think that's amazing. That's great because somebody can just simply ask for the lesson and they catch up when they're free.
Yes, we are
Awesome.
flexible.
Awesome. That is great. So I've heard about the levels that you've taught. I've heard about the quality of the education. I heard about the resources. I've heard about the cost. Um, I want to know, what are the chances? What is your success rate?
Well, in terms of passing, everyone we've taught so far has passed.
Right.
So I gladly say we have 100% success rate because
Awesome.
we create extra time to make sure, and I've emphasized on this point that our objective is not the money but having a great success story.
Right. That is awesome.
We want people to be able to look back and say, Deutsch-Connect made it happen for us,
Exactly.
and not say Deutsch-Connect was expensive. No, they
Right.
have to look, Deutsch-Connect made it for us, and they should be able to refer someone else to us because they know that our passion is not based on what we earn, but it's based on what we give.
Right. Right. I think I have a couple more questions, and mostly it's because of certification, the language. So I know that, for example, for you to then be admitted into an apprenticeship or a job in Germany, you need to have reliable certification. And how do you guys grant that certification? What's the process there?
Well, at Deutsch-Connect, we're still in the process of acquiring the licenses to certify people, but
Mhm.
for those based in Africa, the they can get certification from the Goethe Institute.
Right.
Yes, and we've worked with them before.
Hmm.
Uh, they're reliable and they have exam dates which are available, and it's easy. If we
Great.
train our students the way we train our students, we guarantee that they will pass the
Right.
exam certified. And it's important to know that this certificate grants you access to almost everything in Germany here. Because we have people who say I learned German, and then the question is, do you have a certificate? Then they say no, I don't.
Yeah.
So there is no way that we can prove that you speak German. We can have a conversation in German and we can tell that yes, you speak German. But at the end of the day, where you're applying, they don't need to hear you speak German. They need to see that paper.
Right. Right.
Yes. So as we need to tell our clients that it's important to have certification. And very soon we're going to be able to offer that certification on Deutsch-Connect Academy.
Okay, great. So I go through language lessons. I use the resources that are available on Deutsch-Connect Academy. And then I have to write an exam with the Goethe Institute.
Yes.
Okay. And then I receive my certification.
Exactly.
Right. But what if I fail my exam with the Goethe Institute?
Well, uh, that has never happened with us
Oh,
with
awesome.
Deutsch Connect. The way we teach and the way we train is according to the standard European framework of languages, and this is how the exam is designed as well, because
Right.
the Goethe examinations are international, so we actually have access to those resources to past exam papers that have been written, and we teach our students these papers on the like we have a special course for exam training that we do when they're done with their A1 course or their A2 course. We do it so much that by the time the student goes to the exam, it will be shocking if they get less than 90%.
Wow. Wow. So I want to close this info session with tips to learning German. For those that are considering studying German, your go-to is Deutsch-Connect, okay? Deutsch-Connect is the place to go. You've heard it for yourself. It's the quality, it's the commitment, it's the resources, it's the guarantee. But I want to end this info session with 5 tips to learning German language.
Okay, first of all, when you start learning German, forget English.
Number 1.
Forget English. That's the biggest mistake people make. German
Right.
is a language. Yeah, what you see is what you read.
Mm-hmm.
So
And you're saying this because the grammar and German is related to Dutch. So the grammar is different in German and in English. The way we arrange our words in English is not the way that they are arranged in
it's
German.
totally, yeah, and the way we pronounce German, the orthography and phonetics of the German language have a one-is-to-one relation. When you see A, it's R. You remember what you learned in primary school, the vowels. That's German for you.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So, number 1, throw away your English. You don't need it. Put it in a bag.
Yes.
Okay. Number
Forget
2.
it. Number 2, learn every noun with its article. Yes. I don't know if you have that in Dutch, but in German, every noun has an article and every noun is marked for gender.
Right, right.
So,
And this is something, yes, this is something unique to European languages because in English, there are no male noun articles or female articles or neutral articles. But yeah, in in German and Dutch, and I speak Greek, and in Greek, they are also male, female, and neutral. So learn every noun. What did you say? Can you repeat that?
learn every noun with its article.
Right. Great.
Yeah.
Number 3.
Then, well, number 3 is, I think I've said more than 3 already. I say forget your English,
Right.
then forget English, then
learn every noun with its article.
No, pronounce German as the way you see the words. That's how you pronounce it. Yeah, then learn every word with its article. And I think those are the basically biggest rules.
Right.
But if you follow them.
Can we talk about practical things though? Like what's the fastest way, because to be able to internalize a language, because I know, for example, if you're living in Zimbabwe and you're learning a language that you only hear during the lesson, it might be a little bit difficult for your ear to then catch on. It might be not as quickly as somebody who is already here, who goes to the supermarket and they hear this word everywhere. At least I had this experience living here and hearing the words. It was easier because I would be like, I wonder what that word means. And then I would look it up. So how can we, how do you have any tips for somebody who is learning it outside of a German context? So for example, somebody who's learning it in Bulawayo and they're surrounded by English and Ndebele all day and Shona all day.
This is where our resources come into play on the Deutsch Academy, because there we have resources where you can watch German videos, you can watch German audios, you can even book like a one-to-one with a native speaker to just have a conversation in German.
That's it. And that's important. Okay. I was hoping you would say that because that's important. You need to have these connections. You need to have these conversations. And it's possible on the Deutsch-Connect platform, in Deutsch-Connect
Yeah.
Academy. So that's really, really important. Why is this important?
Basically, speaking with a native speaker improves your pronunciation, it improves your understanding, and when you come here, you then understand. It's easier for you to understand.
Right. Right. It brings a practical aspect to the theory that you're learning. So then you know that this word is pronounced with an accent here and not there, the way you had read it, but it gives
Yeah.
the language life. That's why I'm so interested in these resources. I think it's really cool. It's really, really amazing. The fact that you're saying all this and Deutsch-Connect can do this, like, provide you, connect you with native speakers and provide you with these resources. I know for me, when I was learning Dutch and Greek, it was listening a lot to material in these languages. Sometimes I went days kind of like brainwashing myself until you start to notice the difference. Because when you start hearing the language, it sounds like it's one long word. You can't tell where the word stops, where it ends, and another one begins. But then with listening, you end up hearing words. You'd hear the distinction, and that's important because that's a resource that Deutsch-Connect can provide.
Yes,
That's
we
all.
are really here in Germany, and we have a lot of native speakers, Germans, who are excited about this project as well, and who have come on board, who are willing to assist our students to have sessions with them once a week, just have a chat with them to improve their pronunciation, to improve their understanding of German. So besides the teaching aspect, we're able to provide this friend, so to say,
Right.
a German who you can talk to.
My God, that's so exciting. That's so exciting. That's really cool. What about reading material, which is not really the reading material that you provide in the lessons? Are there like access to newspapers or,
We have links to external pages
Mhm.
which have articles for different levels. For A1, there are articles, newspaper articles, magazine articles. For A2, we have articles, links as well, and for B1 and B2.
Awesome. Awesome. I really love this. It's so exciting. And, you make me want to learn German. It's just across the border. Who knows? Maybe I can learn German.
Then you know the right place to learn it, at Deutsch-Connect.
I know exactly where to learn it at Deutsch-Connect. All right.
Yeah,
Thank you so much, Malvin, for this amazing information, and thank you so much to Deutsch-Connect for this amazing platform. I'm impressed. I'm wowed, and I really think this will go a long way in ensuring that people get the value for their money. They are sure that they will, when they register with Deutsch-Connect, they are sure that they will have a path, that they will get their German language certification, and they will be on their way for apprenticeships, for studies, for name it, all these opportunities, great opportunities that are available in Germany. Awesome.
definitely, definitely. No,
Thank
thank
you
you
so
very
much.
much.
Thank you so much. If you hadn't already subscribed, I need you to click subscribe on the Mary Razemba YouTube channel. I am your migration coach with strategies for safe and legal migration. And I will see you next time right here on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for joining me. Bye.